What is happening, guys? Welcome back. So, this episode was supposed to be sorting that big hole in the roof of that car out by putting that new roof skin on. Unfortunately, at the weekend, last weekend, I had a little bit of an accident whilst working on the other project, which is the motorcycle. So, whilst I was welding this rear seat frame up, I managed to injure my eye. Now it's, what day is it now? Thursday, so it's quite a few days later. My eye's a hell of a lot better. But I've started to explain a little bit, well, what's going on, because if someone else can learn from this, then yeah, I'd be happy with that, because you do not want to do what I've done, because it is very painful. So, I was welding this up, MIG welder was playing up, had my welding mask on, lifted my mask up, obviously didn't have any glasses on underneath, because why in your mind would you wear glasses underneath a welding mask when you're welding? Torch, lifted the end up, cleaned the end out, and the MIG wire was sticking out a little bit too far, so I thought, well, we'll snip that, shorten it down, see if that sorts out, helping to weld. Unfortunately, the torch was aimed directly at my face, snipped the end of the hot MIG wire off, and went straight into my eye and stuck to my eyeball. My eyelid came down over the top, and I had to take it out and pull it out of my eye. Yeah, instantly couldn't see, which was very, very scary. Went to hospital, was told I'd done a fair bit of damage, go home, because it sat there, nowhere's open, the eye clinic wasn't open. Went back Monday, I've had scans and x-rays and all sorts of different things. Luckily, I've not injured the inside of my eye, I've just sort of done the lens, has got a bit of scarring on it and is burnt. Hopefully with time, it will sort itself out. But the reason that I'm not getting on with the car is because it's a lot of dirty grinding, cutting, welding and all of that. So I've been advised to just try and keep my eye clean for a few days, which I have to say I do agree with. So yeah, I've managed, what, 3 days of sitting around doing literally nothing. So I thought I'd come in, we'll do another little video on these little boxes that have arrived from Heritage Parts Centre. So I've had quite a few comments from people saying, why are you not on the golf? Why are you doing the bike project? Why are you not focusing all your time on getting this golf finished? Simple fact, I want to have a variation of content on the channel, so we've got a broad viewer range to help with views, really. This is my full-time job. I do this as a complete full-time job. I have no other employment. All of my income is from YouTube, so I need to maximise my income mainly via views. So yeah, that's the reason for it, and if I'm being honest, I've been putting this part of the job off with this roof swap as long as I can, because it is, I've been told by a lot of people, it's the most difficult thing you'll ever do. So yeah, that's why I've been putting it off. But I'm so thankful to say that the guys at Heritage Parts Centre are continuing to sponsor the channel, continuing to sponsor this build. The code is still live. I've had quite a few messages of this over the past few weeks because I've not really posted anything about it. But if you go to heritagepartscentre.com and use the code CHAMBERS at the checkout, it will get you 10% off any order. So yeah, any classic Volkswagen or Porsche parts, hit them up, use my code, save yourself a nice little bit over your project. So, this is an order that I placed with them a few weeks ago, and it's mainly steering, suspension and braking from memory. Idea being, as soon as the roof's on and we've got all the interior bits cut out and all the inside all welded up, that is pretty much the welding done. What I want to do then is get all the steering, all the suspension, all of that on the car, on its side, run the brake lines, run the fuel lines, fuel tank in. Because we replaced a lot of the floor or a lot of the car with aftermarket parts, there are brackets and clips and things missing all over the place that we've cut off. There's loom clips missing off the insides and all sorts, so I want to build the car dry before paint, and maybe even get it running and possibly driving, so we know that we've got everything we need, so that when we bodywork, prep and paint it, we're not going to be welding into a finished car. That's the idea. So let's get these opened up, see what I've ordered. Rear, drum brake, backing plate, nice. What have we got there? Wheel bearing kit front, CV joint, bushes, steering wrapper, front disc, backing plates, and there is our first haul of shiny new parts. Ready to start getting this Mark 1 back towards being a car. So as I've already said, Heritage Parts Centre are continuing supporting the channel and sponsoring this build. So thank you so much to Steph, Andy and Barney at Heritage for sorting all of these parts out, and everyone else that's been involved. Thank you so much. Without you, this project would not be happening anywhere nearly as quick as it is. So we've got new lower arms, discs, pads, calipers, backing plates, CV joints. The actual drive shafts themselves have gone off to be repainted, so we'll get them new ones put on. New steering rack with new track arms, new brackets and everything, and bushes and gaiters and everything for the steering arm. What else have we got? These are bits for the wear and tear items for in the pedals, dust covers for the rear drums. I think these are the rear arm bolts to bolt the rear arm on. New bushes, not quite sure what they're for, but I'm sure we'll use them. In here we've got new anti-roll bar bushes, brackets, engine mount brackets, and all sorts of different things. New rear brake drums, new wheel cylinders, brake hoses, all the kit, new brake shoes, and a lovely set of new coilovers. There are a few little bits missing that we're waiting on stock of, but this should, once I've got the roof on, give us a good starting point for being able to get this sat under its own weight at some point in the next few weeks. So the other parts, the rear beam, the front hubs, various different parts of the car, they've gone off to be powder coated. So as soon as they come back, we'll be able to make a start on throwing this all together and getting this back on the floor. One thing I do need, I've just thought of, that if anybody can help me out with, because I've not asked anyone yet, obviously we replaced this scuttle, but the scuttle that we replaced it with is a left-hand drive one. So I need to drill the holes for a twin wiper setup. So I need a twin wiper motor and setup and everything. This was converted to single because off of 90s. So yeah, if anyone's got a twin wiper setup for sale, hit me up, because I could do with buying one. And I also need the dimensions for where to drill the holes for it to go into the scuttle. So I apologise if this video has not really been the most exciting or informative or anything. I just thought I wanted to chuck a video out just to give you a bit of an update as to what's going on with the Golf. I'm not purposefully putting it off. I want to be getting this roof on. It's Thursday now. That should have been on this week, done, and I was back on the bike Thursday, Friday this week. So wear glasses and safety goggles in your workshop when you're doing anything. I can't stress that enough now. I've always been pretty good with it, but yeah, after this, do it, because it is bloody painful. So not really much more to say, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully I'll be back on this in the next couple of weeks and you'll start seeing some real good progress on it. We'll leave that one there then, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Until next time, enjoy.